Hey guys, how you doing? This is a little something different. A lot of people ask me about vocal warm-ups and advice for singers and things like that. I don't know why they ask me. But I'm going to share a couple of things that I do. I've been singing for quite a few years now and I got pretty good vocal stamina. I can sing for 2 hours fine and then go and do another 2 hours straight after that. I've actually done about 8 hours straight in one day now with 4 gigs back to back and no vocal problems. So I think I'm doing a few things right. So I thought I'll share with you what I do. And hopefully it might help or it may not, who knows. When you're singing, a lot of people try and sing from the diaphragm, or they try and sing from the throat, or they try and sing from somewhere, right? Listen to your body. So when I started singing, I would try and sing from the diaphragm and the things I read in books and stuff like that. And halfway through the gig, I was getting like stomach pain and things and throat pain. So what I instinctively started doing was responding to that and singing from different parts of my body throughout the song. And what I realized was that each different cavity or place that you push from gives you a different tone as well. So that became part of my kind of toolkit as a singer, was the ability to sort of like, give different kind of tones and depths, and then obviously you play with the microphone distance of things to sort of accentuate that as well. And I just developed all those things naturally just by kind of feeling it out, through experience. So I think looking back, what I gained from that is you don't wear out any one part of your body or your throat. So instead of just singing the whole gig from your diaphragm, because that's what someone said is the right thing to do, move it around. If your stomach starts to get like tired and tight, sing from your throat for a bit. They say singing from your throat is bad. It's bad if you do it all the time, but if you just do it for a bit, it gives you a very particular kind of sound, and it takes the pressure off it somewhere else for a bit. So by moving it around, you can get through 1 gig, 2 gig, 4 gigs, million gigs, whatever you want to do, without wearing anything out too much. So listen to your body. If you're experiencing pain or hoarseness or dryness or something like that, you're overdoing it in one part of your anatomy, moving around somewhere. Experiment with that. You just hold one note, and by doing that, you look crazy, right? But by doing that, I immediately moved it down to there. Now it's up there, you see? It changes the tone, kind of sounds cool, and frees you up. Okay, so that's one, listen to your body. Number two, warm up, warm up. When I first started singing in Kaishira, I never warmed up because I thought it was cool not to, and it was like rock and roll to just rock up and do it. But warming up takes 15 minutes. You haven't got to do any crazy thing. You haven't got to follow a tape or anything like that. I just make my own up every time. One thing that I always do, which I see people doing the opposite all the time, like professional singers, they warm up by doing this straight away. That's not warming up, that's jumping right in. So for me, I warm up, I start low, I hum, I do it soft, gentle, and low. So I do something like literally, as low as I can, nice and soft, and just get everything moving. Just warm it up just for a minute or two. Another thing I do is like a tongue roll. So I do like a kind of sound, like a dumb sound, like so that your Adam's apple goes down, like you can feel that there, and it pushes the air down there. So you're singing from here now. You do that and you roll your tongue, so like that, and then you move through a scale low and gentle. Just stop like that. So it starts to get everything moving, and then you move up through the register when you're ready. But it takes about 15 minutes to get yourself gig ready. It's not long. It's not hard at all. So from there, I would do something like, I'd do that for a bit, and then when I got bored of that, I'd be start moving it up, start branching out. But don't, if your voice starts cutting out, you're going too fast. Just slow down, keep it gentle. You're warming yourself up, right? Then I do the high registers, like get the high stuff going on. If at any point you feel any resistance or breakages in your voice or pains or anything like that, just go back a few tones and just build up gradually, okay? So warming up, most important thing you can do, really, seriously. It's not rock and roll to not warm up. It's just fucking stupid. If you want to be a good singer and do the best you can without causing yourself discomfort and distraction during the gig, just warm up. It takes 15 minutes. Okay, some tips for where you could warm up, because I know when you're a touring band, it's pretty much impossible to get 3 seconds to yourself, let alone peace and quiet and just bloody warm up for 5 minutes. So I know, right? But you just got to be like you've just got to be selfish and do it, man. You know, because you're the singer, right? So you got to be on point. So go backstage or go to the van or go to your car or whatever you're traveling in by yourself, but just sit there for 15 minutes and just do your thing. If you can't do that, because I know what it's like, you turn up late for a gig, you've got to go straight in, it's crazy. If you can't do that, trust me, I've done this many times in the past, whilst the support band is on and they're blasting, go in and watch the gig and warm up while you're watching them, because nobody can hear you. As far as they can see, you're just watching the gig. They don't know that you're doing stupid tongue rolls and stuff. So I do that whilst I'm watching the support band and nobody can hear me. So you could do that too. That's a cool thing you could do, or just nip off, you know, to the toilets or back alley or whatever. Do what you got to do. Just find 10 minutes by yourself where you can do some warm-ups, right? And the rest of it is easy. Okay, next point. This stuff. This is all you need. It's all you need. I've been singing for years and years and years, and I've tried everything. I've done all the fancy sweets, all the silly fucking throat sprays, and honey and ginger and lemon and God knows what else. I've done it all. And all I use now is a bottle of water. That's all I take. I warm up and I drink loads of water. That's all I do. That's all you need. If you warm up properly and you just listen to your body and you just stay lubricated, hydrated, not lubricated, you know what I mean. Stay hydrated, you'll be fine. All the stuff that people tell you not to have before gigs is right. Don't have like loads of coffee and then go and do a show, because it's just going to dehydrate you, and that's when you start singing bad. Don't have a pile of cheese. Try and lay off like loads of like bread and carbs and stuff like that, just because it bloats you out and you can't sing properly. Chili and milk and stuff like that is not good for you as a singer, and neither is booze. Right? I love booze more than anybody. Okay, but if I'm on tour or I'm doing a gig, I don't drink until after the show. Do as much of it as you want after the show, and God knows I do. But during the gig and before the gig, just avoid it. It can be quite boring being the singer, because the rhythm section are all there eating pizzas and drinking beers and you're doing your warm-ups, but that's just the way it is, right? I know like some people need to have a beer or a drink on stage with them, due to stage fright and nerves, or just to get them in the vibe and stuff, and that's cool, I understand that. But I mean, I'm just trying to say that if you're having problems with your vocals or it's affecting your performance, then alcohol will do that. So I mean, if you're fine and you're that kind of actor, it doesn't matter anyway. Then do what you want to do. But when people say that caffeine and alcohol and all this stuff does affect your vocals, it does. It's true. It's just the way it is. I will say though that like throat sweets and honey and ginger and lemon, all that sort of stuff, do really help with a tired voice, or if you've got a cold or something like that. Like I will occasionally have like just like one of the things you get from Tesco's, like Jakeman's or whatever they're called. Not them in particular, but just like something like sugary that you can suck on just to get a bit of stickiness back in your throat. Have one of them once in a blue moon if my throat is getting a little bit tired. But if you are having like you're on tour and you're in a lot of different the temperatures and climates and stuff. Honey is a really good one for after the show, not very good before because it's sticky, but as a kind of antiseptic and as a bit of like stickiness for after the gig, just to kind of like repair everything. Honey's a great one in hot water. Ginger is a good anti-inflammatory, so like I don't like lemon because it's too sharp and acidic, but ginger and honey in hot water is really good for like after the show or something, just to sort of like recover your voice if you've been hitting it quite hard. So I wouldn't completely dismiss those things and rule them out, but you don't need to be paranoid like I used to be of having like a flask all the time on stage or I couldn't sing. But they do have their uses. The last thing I'd say, I think, is like, yeah, you need to get sleep. I mean, on tour it's very difficult to get sleep. I can kind of go for a while without a lot of sleep, and then I kind of crash after about like 2 weeks or something like that. But I can keep on trucking and gigging every night without a lot of sleep. A couple of hours sleep a night. Boozing and partying. Somehow I just managed to get through. I think as long as you recover the next day. So when you're in the bus or the van or whatever the next day and everyone else is messing around, the drummer and the bass player know what they're like and they're fucking dicking around and stuff like that, that's when you've got to chill out and recover, because you did your partying the night before and you were singing too. And if you want to be good tonight, then you've got to rest your voice. So you can't be messing around shouting along with the boys. It's boring, it is annoying, and you do come across like the pretentious, like antisocial singer. But if you want to be a good singer for your band, then you've just got to do it. You've got to let your vocal cords recover. You're not playing with your arms and your legs; they're little vocal cords. So you've got to, you just got to play the game. So do your rocking and rolling after the gig, but then the next day, just chill out. Just say to the boys, like, I've got to rest my voice. That's what I do. All the professional singers I know that have been touring for years, the rhythm section are out causing havoc, and the singer's got to go and rest his voice. It's just the way it is. But do your partying after. You can still party, man. Just like recover. If you can sleep, perfect. But if you can't because you want to party too, I get it. But try and get a few hours on the way to the next gig where you just chill out and don't talk to everyone for a bit. Okay? So that was my very, very long, needlessly long video on some vocal stuff. I hope I've covered some stuff there that's of use to most types of singers. Let me know in the comments as well if you've got any tips, or if you think I'm talking shit, which I probably am, or if you've got things, like different experiences as well, or tips that you want to share with people, chuck it down below. Best of luck. Go out there, give them hell, and do your thing, and I hope to see you all soon. Love ya.